Greetings all, and welcome to Daily Pali Reading. Today we are continuing our journey through the Khuddakapāṭhapāḷi, which is found in the Khuddaka Nikaya, and we are beginning an exploration today of Sutta 6, the Ratanasuttaṃ. Now, Ratana is a word that means jewel, so this is the Jewel Sutta. It will become clear why it's called that soon. Obviously, this is an image that we find throughout Buddhism quite a bit. So verse 1 begins, Yānīdha bhūtāni samāgatāni bhūmāni va yāni va antalikkhe Sabbeva bhūtā sumanā bhavantu athopi sakkacca suṇantu bhāsitaṃ. The beings which are assembled here, excuse me, whether they are terrestrial or on the ground or of the ground, or those which are in the air, may indeed all beings be joyful or elated. May they be of a happy mind. And also, may they hear that which is spoken with respectfully, carefully, with due respect. So we'll go through this one in order. It's not, again, excuse me, it's not completely complicated. These, we'll talk about this right now, these yanis. So yāni is a, and I should say first, Yānīdha is a running together of these two words, yāni and idha. So yāni is our relative pronoun, and it's neuter nominative plural. And it is actually modifying bhūtāni, or it's referring, I shouldn't say modifying, it's referring to bhūtāni. We could say its antecedent is bhūtāni, if you want to use a slightly more technical term. So here, if we look at bhūtāni, this is the neuter nominative plural of bhūtā or bhūtaṃ, and it means beings. It can, in the neuter plural, mean animate nature. I think this is, for one thing, it might be the case that the neuter is being used for metrical purposes. It could be that this is really trying to get at including every form of being possible. So, the beings which, this is our relative pronoun here, and then we can go to this word, samāgatāni, which is the past participle of samāgacchati, which have been assembled, which are gathered, idha, here. And then these bhūtāni are further described here. Va, either or whether, and we could maybe supply in English they are, or whether they are bhūmāni. So this again is neuter nominative plural, an adjective, and it's an adjective coming from bhūmi, the earth, right here. And if you've ever been to Thailand, you've probably flown into Suvarnabhumi, the golden land. It can mean land, earth, etc. And so here it's just meaning whether the beings are ground-based, of the earth, terrestrial, if we want to use a Latin word. And this va, when we have two vas like this, it can mean either or, whether or. Really don't even, you could just put in one or. I just liked to say whether to just kind of get this one into the English, but not necessary. What is interesting here is this second va, you might in prose expect va, but va is the shortened form, and it's just shortened for the meter. So it still means va. I mean, it's the same word, really. And it's an either or. Either this case here, whether they're on the earth, or what is the other case? Those which, again, this is our relative pronoun, and we can understand are. And then this here, antalikkhe, is the locative singular from, it's a neuter, locative singular, from antalikha, or kung, in the sky or the atmosphere. So whether you're on the ground or you're not, if you're above the ground. So then we get down here to sort of the first main verb, or the first of two main verbs. May, and in English, the thing is we kind of have to understand this verb first. Or at least part of the verb. So this is a third person plural imperative. And a third person imperative is not a command. It's a wish. May, and then we'll get the subject of this verb. The imperative has a subject, and then we'll pick up the actual meaning of the verb. So may beings. Again, now here this is masculine nominative plural. May beings, and not just beings, Sabbeva. So this is sabbe, may all beings, and then this va, unlike this va. This va is a shortened form of eva, for sure, certainly. It could actually be a short form of eva, just like introducing a simile, but that's not the case here. So may indeed all beings, and then we can pick up the meaning of this verb. Bhavantu is from bhavati, to be. So may indeed all beings be sumanā. May they be of a happy, so this is a compound here, a happy mind. The Pali English Dictionary gives elated, joyful. Now, if you look up the word sumanā, there's an actual word that you'll find in the dictionary. I think it's feminine singular, the great flowered jasmine. And I put that here not because it's not because that makes sense, but I think if we're reading poetry particularly, this would probably come to mind on some level. So may these people be of a happy, joyful mind. And I can't think of something more joyful than smelling jasmine. If you've smelled jasmine, or you can replace that with your favorite scent of a flower, of any flower. That can take us to a very happy place. So it's a nice overlap, and it's another reason why reading the Pali is a beautiful thing, because we get this extra dimension that would be very hard to capture apart from a footnote in a translation. Okay, so we have this main verb here. We have another main verb, and so here we have athopi. Atho means also, and p really means kind of the same thing. So we might capture this all by just saying, and also, may they, and then this is another third person plural imperative. May they hear, this is from suṇantu. May they hear bhāsitaṃ. Now, bhāsitaṃ is a past participle from bhāsiti, to speak. So may they hear that which is spoken. May they hear the word, the speech, sakkacca. And this is a word, this is the absolutive from sakkacchati. Had a little hard time saying that. And it means respectfully, carefully, thoroughly. So this is basically an adverb. This is being used adverbially. And just to be a little more explicit here, this bhāsitaṃ is what is going to follow. So what we get from verse 2 on is going to be the content of this bhāsitaṃ.